Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Coming up soon is my friend Missy's birthday, and she's going to have a birthday get together at her house, and so I'm going to make a card for her birthday, and I hope you like it, and we'll see how it goes. Years back I created this drawing. I drew it. I was watching a YouTuber, and she was teaching you how to draw certain flowers and things like that. So I drew that. And then I brought it into Gimp, which is a free software similar to Photoshop. And I cleaned up all around the edges, made it nice and perfect, because it's hard to make it perfect by hand. So then I turned around and I shrunk it down and made copies of it shrunk. Then I made copies of it shrunk even further, and shrunk even further, and even further. And then I turned around and I made it in a framed set up like this. And then, and this is just a practice because it got dirty anyway, so I figured I might as well use it to check my colors. And then I shrunk that down even further, so now I have smaller frames if I want to use them on a small card or something like that. I also did other versions. I did these. This was actually originally going to be a Mother's Day card for my mom, and I didn't get it done right, and I wasn't happy with it. So I may do that for Mother's Day this year. We'll see. So then I also did this one. I did a big version like that. Then I, of course, did a smaller version like that. I just made copies. I cleaned it up again, and then I printed it out in smaller versions. And then I went smaller yet without a frame, and a little bigger without a frame, so that I could use it maybe as an element or something like that on a scrapbook set or on a card. Then I also did something similar for a border. I took these and I made a border out of them, and I made, I did it large at first, and then I shrunk it down. I made a mirror image. I actually folded a piece of paper in half and then made a mirror image, and then I just copied it all along and made like a little border out of it. So those are those. I did those. I would like to do more of those. I had fun doing them. So I took one today of these, and I colored it in with some of these markers that I was showing you. These, I did a little bit of the yellow in this, the orange in this, and then I didn't like that, so I went to a deeper color. I used these. These are more of a marker, like a watercolor type marker, like almost like a Copics, but cheaper, so they're not as good. I've got these. I didn't use these though, but I used the other ones. And then what I did was I took a piece of this watercolor paper, and I took the watercolor paper. I was looking for my cardstock, and I'm not sure. I moved it somewhere. And so I took this watercolor paper and a piece like this. I pulled it out and I folded it in half. And now I'm going to put this on top of it and make my card for my friend. And I think she'll love it. So then I'm going to work on that. Also, another thing that I did was I made this little piece that I thought, she's a special friend to me, and I wanted to make sure that that she knew that. So I created this this piece, and I don't know what she'll want to do with it. She may, just keep it around for a little while, and we'll see. So I'm gonna, right now what I've been doing is I started putting tape on the back. I used this to that. It's a double stick tape, and it's got the red backing. I put some on here and here. I'm gonna put some around, and I'm gonna put a few pieces in here, and I'll start doing that while you're watching. Yeah, doing it on video always makes it a little more odd, doesn't it? All right, well, I'll cut off some of that. Let's see here. here I go. I'm putting this tape on. I'm going to cut it right here at this point. It's a little easier normally if I'm not on video. I have a better plan here, but I need to work on that as we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead here and cut this tape before I pull the backing because I don't want any sticky parts coming out on the front. Okay, let's just put that on there. You may or may not have just been out, may or may not just have been out of range of the video a minute ago. I'm not sure, I hope not. But if so, all I was doing was cutting a piece of tape. Just putting these on to make it nice and even. And one more piece I think should do it. This is more of the stuff that I'd like to do. I'd like to actually do more of the drawing with you and more of the, coloring with you. I did different multi-colored markers to make this look like an actual wood frame on here. I hope you like it. I'm going to start pulling my tape. There we go. Alright, hold on a second. Let's try to be smarter than the tape here. I'm going to use my pins here to try to get a little grab on it. Yeah, I may need to get a little smarter even though. Alright, let's see. There we go. That's better. My nails are a little short right now. Alright, finally, huh? You can see my table's an older table. We have had it for quite some years. It was my mom and dad's, and they gave it to me. This is why I don't like distressing stuff very much, because I already have had distressed stuff all my life. So I am going to, this summer, maybe I'll do a DIY on sanding this all down, refinishing it with maybe a similar color. I love this color. And doing some polyurethane on it and putting that on a DIY. Alright, so here's the card. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put her name on here. My son suggested that, and I think it's a good idea. So I'll be right back when I get my pen. In keeping with the color scheme on this card, I'm going to go ahead and do this with a green pen. I think I'm going to go with another variety too to see if I can get it darker. Yeah, I like that better. All right, let's see. She's such a sweet lady. I'm hoping she's going to love this card. All right, and let's go ahead and put on the inside. I'm going to put my note on the inside to her. I usually put a heart at the bottom of my loop, and I'm going to do the heart in red. Or pink. Maybe pink. She'll like pink. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with this nice pink. We'll see how it goes, and if I want to, I might... Oh, look, it's got the little thing on the end. I think I may add a red border to this heart. I like it to be a deep red border, so I see this red is pretty bright colored. Let me get it out here and I'll show you what I mean. I may look at my other pen set and see if I have something more in the color range than I was thinking. No. Well, we'll see what this comes up with when I put it in with the pink. It might get deeper. Yeah, it looks like it. I like that better. What do you think? Decided to add a little red touch inside of this exclamation point as well. I think that'll be a little fun. And we'll add some more red color throughout. Hi, a couple of points to make. This piece of paper I got from this mariposa stack that I bought at Joann Fabrics a few years ago. And I don't know if you need to know that or if it'll help you at all, but you may not be able to find it now, but that's where I got this paper from. And then this, I took the sketch pad here, that Impressions PP International LLC, and I just pulled out a piece of the sketch paper from it, and I'm going to use that to make an envelope for Missy's card. So to do that, I'm going to take this card here, and I'm going to put it right on the paper that I'm making the envelope out of. I'm going to fold it, make sure that it's almost to the top, because I don't mind if she can pull it right out. Put it, line it up, fold it. I normally have a bone folder. Right now, currently I don't have one, so I'm using my fingernails, the back of my fingernails as my bone folder. And then I will again put this in, fold this so I know that it's got a little headroom for her card. All right, so you can see that where that crease is, I've got a little room there, so it's not just at the top. So I've got that crease. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again, use the back of my fingernail as my bone folder, and once I get my bone folder, you won't have to see that anymore. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing sideways. I'm going to line it up, make sure it's kind of even in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and, I know my mark is right there. I'll line up my creases. And then I'll go ahead and fold the sides there. Then I'll set it inside. And I will go ahead and let's give it a little headroom, a little room there. So I'll give it a little extra space from that. Fold it right on that line. Give it like maybe 1/8 of an inch extra room there. Use my fingernail, bone folder. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut, I know this is going to be the bottom of my card here. I'm going to cut these off, cut a little angle in here and in here so that nothing interferes with each other when I'm gluing it down. I'm not going to mail this to her. I'm going to be going to her house. So it's not like it needs to be going through the mail, and I need to make sure it's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start, give myself a little bit of space from there, and I'm going to aim towards my corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Give it a little space. Aim towards the corner. And there's that piece out. And let's do it again on this side. I don't want too much space because I want to make sure I've got plenty of room for the card to... I want to make sure I have plenty of room for the card to... for the envelope to stick together to glue. So when I glue it, it's going to be... these will be on the inside, and this is going to be like this, and it's going to be just a little glue spot. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here at this point instead of up here. I don't want that that showing. I'm going to cut it from there. I'm going to cut it up to that corner from that point so that it kind of looks like an envelope that you would buy in the store. I'll do that again. Let me start at this side. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little headroom. I'll probably be resizing this top piece here. So now you can see it kind of almost comes to that point there where it's so it's not going to be any room there to be in the way. But I got it. And again, we're going to reduce this outer piece here to probably about, maybe I'll cut it in half. I think that's probably good. What I'll do is I'll line the edge up along this crease so that it's right even. Make myself a little mark, and I'll cut along right on the inside of that little mark. Alright, and there's my envelope. So now, get rid of these, and I am going to get my tape, double stick tape, and I'm going to tape it down for you. I am going to put some tape on the inside here. I'm going to put it right along this edge here so that it is close to the edge and we don't have any bothersome pieces getting in the way of putting our card in or out. We'll do it again on this side. I did it again with the tape off the edge, so that's good that I have the ability to cut it. I'm going to do that quickly. Just cut that tape right along the edge. Nobody cares about that. And then I'm going to also go ahead and tape it on the edge of this. And since I've got my pieces bigger, it doesn't matter, you know, it's not going to be in the way or interfere. So I'm going to go ahead and align the tape along the edge. Cut it there. And then go ahead and do another piece on this side. I'm going to turn it around. It's a little easier if I can see it in my face. And cut that right inside the edge. And I'm even going to go ahead and put another piece on this piece over here on the flap. And that way I can seal it when the card's in. I don't need it to be a big piece, just a small piece is fine. Like that. Just so it will seal to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my tape, and you know how good I am at that. So let's see how we can do. All right. Now we've got all our pieces ready. I'll lay them nice and flat. And go ahead and seal my card up this way. I'll go ahead and put my card inside. And I can go ahead and seal this side up too. It's all ready for her birthday. So easy peasy, did a nice card in not too long of a time, and I think it'll be even more special than a store-bought card to my friend, I hope. All right, I'm writing now, Happy Birthday, Missy.
Take two.